Well, good morning, Buffyverse fans. Glad to have everybody back today. We got the whole crew in, despite various illnesses and scheduling difficulties, so that's pretty dope. Today, we're going to be doing something a little different, just like last week or earlier this week, I guess I should say. We did something different in the fact that we had a 1 hour special on Hush, the episode 10 of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, mostly without dialogue. So, in order to make up for that and skip past Doomed, today we're going to do 2 Angel episodes, and then we should be able to catch up with ourselves by, I think, episode 13. I think if my math is correct there, we do 2 of these and then skip 1 Buffy, and I think that lands us on either 12 or 13, one or the other. For anybody who's really super duper interested in Doomed, basically it's any follow-up episode in the Buffyverse to a really watershed moment episode tends to be a little bit lackluster, and there's really only one good scene in the entire Doomed. So I don't know how well you guys can see that. It's just basically Spike realizing that he can kill a demon, and Riley realizing that Spike is not only his escaped Hostile 17, but sort of kind of part of the Scooby crew or whatever, the Scooby Gang crew. And we get a great James Marsters, who's American, playing British, playing someone trying to play American. Like Critter said in the green room, a dude pretending to be a dude, pretending to be another dude, giving us the great line, "No, sir, I'm just a friend of Xander's here." So beyond that, it's pretty worthless. It's not a great episode, and it's easily skippable, justifying the fact that we skipped over it so that we could land on equal footing. But we do 2 Angel episodes today, and they're pretty good. And the first one is Parting Gifts. This is a direct aftermath of also a watershed moment for Angel. But as we talked about before, Hero just wasn't really that good. It was very obviously cobbled together due to the fact that Glenn Quinn couldn't get his substance abuse problem under control, so they had to get rid of him. R.I.P. Glenn Quinn. And, we get Angel going to beg the oracles. Is that right?
Yeah.
Oracles.
The oracles.
The powers that be, are these guys supposed to be, or is that?
I think they're like middle management. I think they're like
Yeah.
middle management to the powers that be. I'm pretty sure
They're officially the oracles.
Yeah.
And asking them, hey, can you fold time again like you did before and bring Doyle back? And they give them. I mean, they're kind of being dicks about it, but I mean, what they say is true, and it's also ironically the same thing I would say to anybody wanting a character back on any other genre show who sacrifices themselves. You make their sacrifice hollow if you just bring them back arbitrarily.
Somehow Doyle returned.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, exactly. Somehow Doyle returned. Because then there's no consequences to actions.
Yeah. I was going to just say that. Do you think that's just Josh Whedon's way of speaking to the audience, saying I'm not bringing him back? Because
I think so. I think so. I think it's that, and I think it's Joss Whedon is a good enough writer that he's like, I don't do that. I don't bring my characters back arbitrarily. Like if he was doing the MCU still, I don't think we'd see all this fucking timey-wimey, wimbly-wombly bullshit, justifying bringing, characters back. Because I do believe that cheapens them. Right now, there's a big argument going on in our Stranger Things group where, the leader of us, Nadia, wants so badly for Eddie to come back. And it's just like, dude, if he comes back, then everything he did was worthless. So anyway, this episode is a really good job of redirecting, because there's like 2 big redirects in this that kind of make you think it's going one way and it actually goes another. And, obviously the main one being, we get introduced to Wesley Wyndham Price again, who we've not seen since, the last season of Buffy in season 3. And he's, not completely transformed, but at least doing different stuff. And then we get the whole idea that, hey, someone else is going to get the visions, and you're supposed to be led to believe that it's this, nebbishy, Barney guy that's like an empath demon. So it was like, oh, of course. Well, the last 2 guys, Whistler and Doyle, were, part demon kind of guys that were kind of nebbishy and funny. So of course it would be, this guy, right? I mean, and then we get a great scene where Cordelia just believes that she can kiss away the visions, which is silly until you're reading ahead to the last season of Angel, in which then it's not so silly. So, but we'll get there. We'll get there. It's not that big a deal.
That's just lazy writing.
But anyway, it doesn't work, and then oh, whoops, I went too far. Hang on, I gotta clip the play real quick. Let's see if we can do it without getting I'm gonna fair warning here a little bit. And Angel goes on the hunt to try to help out this Barney guy, and we get to see Wesley Wyndham Price revealed.
Hello, Angel.
I believe the kids on TikTok call this aura farming. He's aura farming by like doing the slow walk-in. I do like the fact that he shoved Angel through the fucking door.
Yeah, I mean, the way the scene continues, it's like, oh, he's sort of like trying hard to be dead tough, but he's not as tough as he thinks he is. But I mean, to be fair, he did sneak up on Angel and give him a good whack on the head. So
he did,
like,
yeah.
He's got the makings of a rogue demon hunter.
Yeah, he's got some skills and some presence, but then like the next scene, he's back in his vest and suit, looking all nebbish.
Well, I mean, in this very scene, he is like, if you watch the rest of the clip here. So I mean,
yeah, I mean, he's still a clumsy
buffoon.
Yeah,
I never thought you'd see me again. To tell you the truth, I hadn't given it much thought one way or the other. What do you? I'm the one asking questions.
Yeah, I mean, because it's kind of an unremarkable person in the previous Buffy series, isn't he? At first,
quite.
But this show, oh god.
I mean, everybody can gush about Spike, and God knows I love Spike to death. But I mean, you gotta understand, man. Wesley definitely has the biggest character arc in the Whedonverse by far. Like it's not even close, dude.
I think it only fair to warn you. Any sudden movement, and I'll be forced to. You had a question?
I love that line at the end. Like, right, yeah, you had a question.
Oh man.
I was looking so cool. I was looking
crossbow.
Yeah, I was looking so cool until you did that.
Yeah, I love how Angel stands right next to him in front of the camera so that they can see that they dress the same.
Yeah, exactly. And then I like the little slow reveal of the what is this demon called again? I forget. It's I forget what it's called. It's some dumb Asian demon or
Kongai demon.
Kongai demon.
Kongai demon. Hope it's not Mongolian. Shitty Mongolian.
Oh, we're gonna go heavy into the Asian thing. Yeah, we may wind up doing that. We've done it before on other streams. I'm well known to make maybe inappropriate Asian jokes and things of that nature. So, I mean, if you're thin-skinned about that kind of stuff, then I mean, I can only say one thing.
That one, huh? Well, me so Sally. Oh, so.
I mean, with the way everything's going nowadays, with all the hate going on Asian people, they're just the other white people.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. You're with us now, Asians.
God, why you have to be so racist?
One of us. Okay, right. Yeah. Can I just say, by the way, with the
go ahead. No, you go.
So, I was gonna say, with the "he's right above us" joke, can I just point out that you can have like that was the good form of Marvel humor that we used to have, is that you don't actually you can have the "he's right above us" joke without saying "he's right above us," because that's right. It was only captioned for the stream.
Yeah, that was just me writing that.
Yeah. In Marvel movies nowadays, the characters just do not shut the fuck up when you can actually have just sort of a quiet moment that's interrupted by like, oh shit, there's something, we're not safe. There's something around us.
I'd like to point out the fact that now, of course, the big reveal here is that it's not actually, they do a double blind with us. You know, it's actually not the Kungai demon. It's actually Barney is the thing that's been like, hunting these things down or whatever. And, keep in mind, he was scared of Wesley. So, and during this little melee here, this thing is, even with it being damaged without its primary weapon or whatever, it's still like super strong and fast, and it's fucking throwing Angel around. And Wesley gets a pretty good shot on it with this fucking crossbow, the crossbows tend to be very hit or miss, no pun intended, in the on the Buffy side of things, but in the Angel side of things, they tend to be pretty deadly, especially when they're in Wesley's hand. Like he's a skilled marksman. He's not to be fucked with. So, and then after they have a run in, we go back to Casa de Angel, and then Cordy pulls up on him. You could tell like she got wet off of this kiss. You could tell like she was like, oh fuck, Jesus Christ, because she's been just running around kissing people trying to get rid of the visions, and then when she does it to Wesley, he's like yeah, hell yeah, I'll take some of that. And he's like, oh, I can't taste the 30 dicks you've sucked to get to the top of get it. She was on the fucking couch at some point. That's why she went so hard.
Yeah. She just she might have avoided Weinstein, otherwise it might have made her a star. Who knows?
Right. But yeah, so Barney's he's playing double agent here pretty good, and they're like, oh, he's in I tracked him down to the Asian district, and again we get more like you guys are being like it's the 90s, so it's like they're being like inadvertently racist. But I love the like Angel is talking to this guy, I guess hotel, and then it's funny that David Boreanaz's Korean is way better than his Irish accent. Like I don't speak Korean, but it sounds a lot better. I also think it's funny that all he gives this guy is a fucking 20, and then he has just like a wad of fives. It's like, Angel, what's going on, buddy? How have you lived this long and not had money, man? Come on now. I also like the little joke of the demon coming out who looks horrifying, but he's just like, hey, do you know where they're doing the Shih Tzu massages at or whatever?
I enjoyed that bit, having a demon just be normal. Yeah, he's a demon. He's just where's the free bed and breakfast?
Yeah, this is where they differ from the Buffy show, is that an angel, like demons are just kind of everywhere, just living their best lives. It's like, and I guess it's supposed to just show that, on Buffy, when a demon pops up, 9 times out of 10, it's something that she's got to kill or slay. And on Angel, they tend to be, they could be good guys, they could be bad guys. It's really.
I've always wondered, because of proximity to the Hellmouth.
Maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. Yeah,
they're drawn there for a purpose. Then outside of that, they're just people.
Yeah. Yeah, so like in Canada, they're like super nice. Oh, geez. I don't need any
for your package, sir. I'll be right back.
Oh, sorry about that. I always love the Canada thing on Family Guy. They're like, this place is as easy to get out of as a Canadian prison. And it's like, hey, I'm going out for a walk, eh? And he's like, okay, be back by bedtime. Anyway. Cordelia's playing house with Barney. She's kind of taking a liking to him, probably because she misses Doyle. And we get our first shot of Charisma Carpenter's lower back tattoo. Just letting you know that, hey, she means business. This might as well be a bullseye. And it's a couple of good shots of it. And then Barney, realizing that she might be more valuable, or at least as valuable as some of the other trophies he's collected, decides to, do a little bit of, hey, I'm actually evil. And then we get an awesome shot of her getting flung on the table, like making this, like, dude, she looks so horny right now. Like, I mean, I don't know, am I projecting or,
Well, I have to admit, like, at first, like, oh my God, what is he trying to assault her? And I realized he was just tying her up, and it was just horribly placed camera angles.
Or
was it looked more,
or was it? Yeah, exactly.
I mean, he clearly just tied her up, but I don't know. It just seemed
maybe
like,
not so clearly. I don't know. One thing I have so the vision thing tends to be, I do agree with Ian from Passion of the Nerd in his assessment. The vision thing is really fucking all over the place. The lore with it is not. So in this, we're supposed to be led to believe that her eyes are the way to the visions, and that's never addressed again.
Yeah, how would that work? Because it's like migraines. That wouldn't be in your eyes. That'd be in your brain.
I don't know. And then also on top of that, the vision that she got was just of the one piece of art that was also for sale or whatever, or was as decoration in this place. And that was her fucking vision. And it was just a vision of hers. Like, it was completely useless to help her.
The powers of B, like, they really trolled her with that. You're like, look, we're going to give you a migraine, but we've got to give you a vision. Okay, let's make it.
But it's a piece of art. Yeah, it's a piece of art you're going to see after you regain consciousness, after what's going to happen to you.
It's already happened. Yeah, you can't avoid it. It's not even.
If I was being generous, I might be able to headcanon that all this has to happen in order for Team Angel to be like reconstructed, with her being the Vision and Wesley, being the brains and stuff like that. Like if I was gonna headcanon it in any way and be nice about it, I would say it's that, but I'm not sure. I mean, that might be me, my writer's brain going into overdrive or something.
Did they ever? I mean, with Doyle, he didn't become half demon until he got the vision.
No, he was always half demon. Then he got.
So he was always half.
Yeah,
okay,
no, it was only, no. He only found out when he got the visions because
that's right. That's right.
Like didn't he say like he turned 21 or something like that, and that's when he started getting the visions. I think was the war,
something like that.
Yeah.
And then whether he gets the visions or not, like lots of people have visions in the Buffyverse. Not all of them work yet. Like they're not all of them are conduits from the powers that be. So I mean, you can have visions and not be working for the powers. You can have visions and be evil and like Drusilla. So I mean, any number of things.
Angel.
Yeah. I do like this auction thing where Cordy, I can't figure out is Cordy stalling for time by saying how much more important she really is, or is she just really that conceited and that fucking annoyed that all she was worth was $2,000, so she's like trying to up the price, or is it both? I mean,
it's definitely both. Yeah, it's definitely both. She's definitely a little bit conceited. Like, I mean, imagine if you're being sold for money and you're being bid as a low offer, you'd be pretty pissed off as well. You'd be like, hey, if I'm being sold, you're going to be spending a lot of money.
That's definitely a Cordelia thing. Yeah, she definitely thinks she's worth a lot more.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out what they were trying to do with Wesley's outfit here. Like, why? I mean, I get that, the leather thing was like, okay, he was on a bike and blah, blah, blah. And then so he's not going to keep doing that because Angel's already rocking that kind of outfit. But why the fuck did he, why is he looks like a fucking dean in a Florida high school. He looks like, you know what I mean?
He's about to have tea in the garden before he plays a rounded crochet or whatever it is.
Croquet, I think
He's
it is.
Croquet.
He's the wedding planner.
You gotta love the fucking late 90s. This is what the internet looked like. Look at this, Toonie boy. This is what we had to deal with, buddy.
Yeah, the good old days.
And then God forbid if somebody was on the phone at the same time, because it's gonna fucking wreck your connection.
Mom, you had to download something.
Yeah, Mom, tell Joey to get off the phone. I'm trying to download a picture of Carmen Electra. And we get a different lawyer that I don't think to this point we've seen yet. In the credits, she's just listed as Mac. I don't think we see her again. Because she gets replaced by Lila here really soon. In fact, like in an episode or two. And we don't see her, which is kind of a bummer because I kind of liked her. I thought she was interesting looking. I thought she was kind of cute. And she was, I like it shows you right away that the Wolfram and Hart people are fucking sociopaths, whether they're demons or not demons, which most of the lawyers are actually just regular people. She's just like, oh yeah, we don't need the body. Go ahead and extract the eyes, not caring what it's going to do to, the host. Sorry, I had to drink a little bit drink of water there. Keep the throat lubricated so I don't start coughing on the stream. This is silly though too. It's like he's putting this knife and taping it. He's like putting like 7 rolls of tape on this fucking thing on his leg. Like, I don't know. And then Angel watched him do it. So he's just like, dude, you're not gonna be able to, that's not gonna be useful to you. Like that's gonna be stuck there like for a while. So like I have hairy legs, so that would just be an abomination to me. But I don't know what he was trying to do there. That's weird.
I kind of found that whole sequence with him trying to wrestle the knife out really annoying. The claw.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of bumbling Wesley. I mean,
slapstick type stuff in the middle of a.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't think it's funny and cute. I mean, much later, we're gonna find out why he is that way, and it's a lot less funny then. So, like looking at it now, you're just kind of like. Because like all the stuff his dad did to him or whatever. And then so like looking at it now, you're just like, it's kind of cringy. But anyway, they do come in and save the day. And I guess, whether she was being conceited or whether she was buying time, either way it worked. Because Team Angel does get to come in for the rescue. And, they like thrown a lot of dudes at Angel and Angel's just like mopping the floor with them, which is pretty good. And Wesley gets some good moves in here. I was watching the blocking with this. And number one, it was Alexis Denisof the whole time. It wasn't like a stunt double like Angels was. And number two, the moves were pretty good. And then of course it's Cordelia comes in with the coup de grace with the, I believe this is the same tack horn that was removed from the Kungai demon. And I guess this is what it does to you if it fucking punctures you. So yikes. But yeah,
it does kind of show that Wesley is still gaining some experience in the field a bit more. He's still kind of new to it. He's still very naive. He's still very green, but he is making some progress despite his bumbling nature.
Agreed.
Well,
Go
I
ahead.
mean, honestly, I wish they would have brought him in a little. You know, the first of the show, they had him all dressed in leather. He evidently scared Barney enough. You know, he was adept at what he was doing. He scared the demon. You know, the demon's on the run, and then he comes in and he just goes back to being a bubbling fool. I felt that was a little cheap. I wish they would have progressed a little bit.
Agreed. I think they could have found a better balance, but I mean, overall, you have to remember that this is all patchwork stuff. With this,
That's
like
true.
at this point, this is still supposed to be Doyle here. When in these episodes, it wasn't written for Wesley at all, so it was really patched in.
I think they just did that as a reminder, or for people who haven't seen Buffy.
Yeah,
Maybe
that could
that's
be
the case.
It could be that. One thing I do like though, conversely, I love Wesley's like wanting to ingratiate himself into the team. You know, and he's always kind of like, you know, British stiff upper lip and proud, but he does the whole it's off to fight more battles and got a bit of hunger and deep hunger, and then he's like, you want some breakfast? Oh yes, please. Did you say something about toast? So I like it, and you can see, like, if you look on the camera, I could see because I was doing slides. You look on the camera, like whether it was David Boreanaz doing it on purpose or he was told to do it with the script, you can see Angel smiling once he gets like the team there and he's making them breakfast and stuff. So and I like her little line, you know, after a night of fighting evil, we get eggs. So I thought that was kind of cute. So overall thoughts on this episode and your favorite quote. I'll go first. I do like it. Anything Wesley related, does well by me. This is basically, except for one episode following this, Alexis Denisof playing Wesley Wyndham Price is in every single Angel episode all the way to the finale, the series finale. So that's pretty impressive. So he becomes a huge part of this show. And I like it. I like the inception of him, and Angel accepts him a lot faster than you would think that he would, as far as that, so I love all of that stuff. As far as my favorite quote with this, it's probably Wesley going, it's probably a tie between Wesley going right then after the crossbow gets smacked out of his hand, and then Cordelia's famous, "Oh, you're a rogue demon hunter? What's a rogue demon?" So Critter, go for it, buddy.
My quote was Cordelia calls Angel Brood Boy earlier in the episode. I like this. I like this episode. I know maybe I'm wrong. I thought it was a decent transition to phase out one character for another and still have a pretty decent episode with the fake reveals. I did not see Barney, the demon becoming the main villain of the episode.
I didn't either. To be fair.
And I enjoyed it. I also liked a different death of a monster, meaning he got stabbed, fell down, turned black, and then kind of crumbled and turned to smoke versus the standard vampire poof. So I thought that was kind of an interesting extra element. And I also enjoyed all the different random demons and whatnot between the spa and the auction house, how you had sprinkled in a couple different other creatures.
Okay. Awesome. Next.
Is it me?
Yes.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I do like this episode. I mean, even though it kind of left a little bit of a hole because they pretty much had to, desperately rewrite Doyle out of the episode after his addiction was taking its toll on him. It's Wesley, thankfully, doesn't feel too forced in. They somehow found a way to integrate him into the show, which still felt very natural to his character, and it didn't feel like it was tacked on or anything. And you do get some good dark humor at the auction where where one demon kills the other because he keeps outbidding him, and Cordy being so petty that she's being valued so low, despite the fact despite the fact she should be more worried that she's getting auctioned off to demons. It's very funny. Wesley is still very good. We are seeing little hints that he is starting to sort of like get better at what he's doing, despite the fact he's still a bit of a bumbling twit, but he's still very likable, and obviously it does add a little bit more to his character arc as the series goes on, and you can sort of see this as well. The show is at the beginning of finding its stride. You know, it's gaining its identity a little bit more as it goes on, because we get introduced to another character a little bit more later, and even more in the other series, and my favorite quote has got to be, "I don't want to hurt you. Bruises bring down the price, but not that much."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. It's on me.
You, Mystery. Yeah, go for it, buddy.
All right. Yeah, I actually love this. I love the double blind where you didn't see the twist inside the twist. And the only problem I had with it was I think the continuity with Wesley tracking down the demon. If he was tracking this demon across the US and the con guy is from LA, how did he not know that Barney wasn't the bad guy? But I mean, like you said, they were throwing this together, and my favorite quote is pretty much what Critter was saying, the Broody Boy one, but where the part where she goes, "I'm not going anywhere," then her alarm goes off, and I gotta go. And honestly, to tell you the truth, I think there was a little more to that scene. I just don't think everybody caught it. I honestly think that in a lot of ways she wasn't dealing with it. Of course, we see her in the next scene; she falls apart during the commercial. So I don't know. I didn't rewatch it, so I didn't really take notes on that. So, but other than that, I love this one.
From the trivia, I did apparently the Korean woman, the one that's trying to nurse back the Kungai demon, was played by a Japanese woman, which would explain why she had that poor accent. Unfortunately for me, Korean, Japanese, Chinese, I really can't.
Same.
I can't really tell the difference. They all just kind of
never would have known. Never would have known.
They all just kind of look relatively sleepy to me. Is that, and if that's offensive, well,
didn't like that one, huh? Well, me so sorry. Oh, so.
What's he gonna do next? The flapping dickie?
Uh-oh, I'm losing him. Time for the A material. Hey! Also, me like the fly light. Me flap a dicky wrong time.
You're not worried about like copyright for playing.
That's gonna get you struck, if anything.
Yeah,
worth it.
17 minutes of Krusty the Clown outtakes.
Yeah, I mean, we all know that YouTube cares more about that than they do racism.
Me so sorry, guys. I so sorry. Don't yell at me. You know how I yell at me.
Get your flapping dicky going.
You GI too rough on me.
Don't, because he will actually do that.
Yeah, I will get my dicky going. You don't even know what I'll do. Okay, so good thoughts on I
haven't done my favorite quotes.
Parting. Oh, you didn't? I'm sorry, buddy. Go ahead.
Not yet. There we go. Yeah, okay. But I've got two. I'm gonna have to do one and then an honorable mention. So it's with Wesley during the fight near the end, and he goes, you were going to sacrifice. Oh, what does he say? You were going to harvest that poor innocent woman. I'm going to thrash you within an inch of your life, and then I'm going to take that inch.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, and then when Cordelia kisses him earlier in the episode, she goes, "Damn it, it didn't work," and he goes, "Oh, really? I thought it went remarkably better than last time."
Yeah. So I'm gonna need some help from you guys with this one because I don't know how to fucking say this word. Somnambulist, which I guess
I just
means,
didn't bother because I kept tripping over it.
I guess it means like sleepwalking, I guess, or something along those lines. But anyway, Angel's having nightmares about his past deeds, and they're unfortunately coming to life. And Kate is on the case because, of course, she is, because it's L.A. and there's only one detective that could possibly be working on this in the great city of Los Angeles.
Thank God LA is such a small place.
It is a tiny little burg, just
It's
a
like
tiny
what,
little
20,
burg.
20 block radius?
Yeah, if that. They're lucky there's just like there should just be one sheriff there, really, and a deputy maybe.
Is this only set around one specific area of LA though?
I don't know. I don't know,
I guess the warehouse area would be her precinct.
You're asking the wrong person. I was in California one time, and it was on an army base getting ready to go to Iraq. So I know jack and shit about California. But Wesley's suit is still a little bit too bright and colorful. It's almost Miami Vice-y a little bit. Not quite that bad, but it's definitely, it's a little more subdued than the previous one, but not by much. And
sounds like he's trying to sell crunchy fried chicken, doesn't he?
Yeah. All he's biscuits and gravy all around the Southland. And he comes in and he doesn't have anything. Angel Investigations doesn't have anything. So bad that Cordelia was, talking to an empty chair, preparing her spiel. Remember that because it's going to be important later. And Wesley discovers something in the paper that looks bad, just the same time as Angel McPoopy Pants comes down and starts having a little fucking temper tantrum and shit. And I like the idea that they have multiple cases going on at once, so he has other stuff to do because it keeps the plot moving forward. I really like that. That's a great thing about having a PI story. You can always have them like, well, if the serial killer is here, then how do we get him from point A to point B? Have him working on another case that he has to talk to the detective. And then Wesley is discovered something. He's up to something, and you're not quite now looking at it 2020 hindsight. You realize, it's Wesley being Wesley, because his first instinct is to kind of just go on it by himself and start doing, and that's gonna lead him into trouble more often than it's not. I do like Cordelia's line. He's like, "Who are you talking to?" She's like, "Nobody," and Wesley. I like Kate in this episode, man. Kate is just, man, she wants to fuck him so bad. She wants to bang Angel so bad. Everything that like when he's standing there looking at you, got to find a chick that looks at you the way Kate Lockley looks at fucking Angel. Look at this.
Yes,
she's
watch this now. It's kind of shame it never became like an ongoing thing, like this sort of like will they won't they?
Yeah,
and the fucking vampire.
Yeah,
that would be so much cooler than a teenage girl is in love with a vampire.
Yikes! Yeah, well, when you say it like that,
I honestly thought they would, but blame Law and Order. She got the part in Law and Order. That's why she left.
Well, I found out also recently because I was looking at her face and realizing how hot she was. I was like, well, you know what I had to do? I had to Google, has Elizabeth Rom ever been nude? And boy, did I find some stuff. And boy, is she not look good nude. She's one of those chicks that has a beautiful face, but like a very mid body. So, I mean,
the Lord
if you like,
give it and the Lord take it away.
Yeah,
Where are these pictures posted? I mean, there's so many different sites. Where would they be found?
Is that nudes, Mr. Skin?
Someone's done their research.
So
anyway.
Wesley and Cordelia, suspecting Angel. There we go.
Oh yeah, Toonie Boy got uncomfortable. He's like, I don't like it when the other people on Toxic Show talk about girls. It makes me feel funny.
Brother, what's that? What's that, brother?
I just have nothing to say in these conversations. So I'm like, how do we shift the conversation along?
How do I get them to shift the conversation without revealing that I'm actually a virgin? I don't know, but I'll talk about Minecraft. They'll never know. Anyway, so Wesley is pretty much convinced that Angel is killing again, because I mean, to be fair, it does seem that way. And I like the fact that he's just like, crucifix right in his face. Why should we believe you? And then Angel just fucking disarms him so quickly. He's like, this is how quick. I also like at the great loyalty that Cordy shows at first, going, she folds up the paper, you get to leave now, or the file or whatever. and just says, I don't care what he's done in the past. He is my friend. I'm not going to turn on a friend. Like it's like really like almost tear jerking. And then Angel pops in with, no, he's right. And she's like, you stake him, I'll cut his head off. Like that's how quick she's down to business. And then of course they come up with the idea to chain him to the bed, which I mean, I guess that makes sense. I can't find too much of a fault with that. And of course there's more, a dream walking, whatever you want to call it, somnambulist or something, and we find out it's fucking Jeremy Renner from fucking Mayor of Kingstown.
I know.
Is fucking horrible accent in this, just and looking like he's fucking 12.
Yeah. I had to stare at it twice. I was like, God, I know that guy.
You gotta remember this would have been like 20 years or something before Avengers. So
no, it wasn't. It was no, it was 10. It was 10 years before.
When did Angel? When was Angel coming out?
This episode of Angel is like January, February of 2000.
Oh, I thought it was like a 90s thing.
No, well, I mean it was. I mean, it started in '99, but the next time that I saw Jeremy Renner, he popped up in the Colin Farrell SWAT movie. He was really good in that. And then I didn't see him really again in much until I saw him in Avengers in the Thor movie, which is like the second Avengers movie, I think, because it was Captain America, then Thor, I think. Or no, it was Iron Man, Captain America, then Thor.
It was Iron Man 1 and 2. Then I think it was
fair play. Yeah, fair play.
There were a few, but yeah, his first appearance was in the first Thor movie.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you popping off with semantics doesn't make me forget you're a virgin, buddy. So I mean, good try though. But anyway, super young baby fucking Hawkeye here is the vampire student of Angel, when Angel was able to pull this off in the big lore. I mean, I don't know. I guess if you have hundreds of years to do wacky shit, I guess they're gonna pile up for a little bit. And look at fucking, and once Angel realizes it, he decides he's gonna have to go to Kate because Kate has more resources than him, maybe she can lead him to the target. And look at fucking Kate, just dude, she is just like, she has fucking double finger blasted herself thinking about fucking Angel like at home, like that has happened. But yeah, so I guess he gives her just enough information to get her fucked up and put her on the trail. I love the Angel will commit lower crimes in order to stop bigger crimes, so he just like grabs a police radio, and Wesley is mortified by this. He's like, oh dear, and puts it down to the bottom of the seat. I like this kid like standing around with a skateboard saying I just forgot my ID. Like, of course you did, trying to get beer. And they managed to stop him, but in doing so, the ensuing fight reveals Angel as a vampire, which is good. But I got to tell you, this is where the plot kind of breaks down a little bit for me, in the fact that they've got SWAT teams and all these people surrounding where they are pretty sure the killer is, and Kate goes fucking running in there by herself. Dude, what? Stop it. That's no. They've got like 30 cops out there, and she's just running in the building with her pistol. Like, come on. Yeah, and what do you think, you were going to get them all on your own, Katie? Was that going to make Daddy love you more?
I mean, she did, until it turned out he was a vampire. I mean, if he was human.
Yeah, I mean, even if he was, I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't know.
I don't blame the other cops for stopping. I mean, I saw that dude jump 2 stories into a window.
Right.
I'm like, fuck it. Good luck.
Yeah. Whatever shit he's on, I'm not following his ass in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so she finds out, and then it's like the cat's out of the bag. I do like the dialogue here is all great. It's oh, I was waiting for you in Italy, and oh, I got held up. Where? Romania. What's in Romania? Gypsies. Oh, weird. Okay. Anyway, you want to eat this person, or no? I came here for another reason. And then I do like, I think Renner shows really good acting here for like a half a second, when he's just like, wait, why are you here? And then it's like, he gives him the great line, to kill you, and vamps out. And then they have a great vampire fight. I like that Kate still doesn't believe, and he holds onto the fucking crucifix she's wearing around her neck and lets it burn to kind of like prove his point. I like that. I like the whole thing with that.
That was a very cool little bit.
but there's no fucking way she would have ran in there. And then after the gunshots, where were the other cops? Fucking took the cops like 4 business days to get in. I guess the other cops were like, yeah, we saw what that guy did outside. We're not in a hurry to if Detective Lockley gets killed, then fucking fuck it.
Isn't that
don't like
typical
her anyway.
Californian cops though? I don't know.
Yeah. Cordelia realizing mid-sentence that he's the vampire is epic. It's just like, oh yeah. Angel, blah blah blah, and Kate, yeah, totally. So, and you're totally pumping me for information.
That was going to be my quote of the episode. That was, but I guess I can't anymore.
Oh well, yeah, that's all right.
Renner's looking at her thinking, "Here, pump you for information."
Yeah,
woman.
What else would I like to pump you for? But one of the things. Oh, is another thing I forgot. I missed this, so bear with me here. I'm gonna play this real quick.
You'd be locked up faster than Lady Hamilton's virtue. My apologies.
That's okay. I don't know what that meant.
She's a good cop.
It's funny because I also don't know what that meant.
I don't know what that means either. I thought it was. Is that a British thing? Like
I don't know.
Okay.
It probably is, but like out of my generation. I don't know.
A lot of the good.
I think we all laughed because we're on Cordelia's side. I have no idea what it meant.
Yeah,
either.
I don't know what that meant.
Well, it's good. It's an implication. I think in a lot of ways, if you don't know, you kind of get it. But she's the only person that's going to say, "Oh, I don't get it."
Yeah. It's all this stuff. The great dialogue in this is kind of ruined with the fact, he's like, "Get me a steak," and she's like, "It's 8 a.m." And then, "Oh, you meant like, oh, come on now, don't do that. Don't. That's cheesy. That's dad joke shit." But this is one of my favorite lines, and I'm still trying to figure out a way to incorporate it and have somebody say this to another character, because this is still one of my favorite lines. And I wonder if Jeremy Renner improvised this, because this is so good when they're arguing about like whether or not Angel's in the wrong or he's in the wrong or like whatever.
Exactly. You just wake up one morning and decide, okay, now I'm good.
I always thought that. I don't know why that always struck me funny. It was just like, okay, now I'm good, because it's just like the incredulousness of it. Anyway, they do manage to set him up, and Kate somehow plunges a fucking, like, she has no Slayer strength, but she manages to plunge this fucking big wooden pylon through both Angel and this guy and get a kill shot. Like, I don't know. I'm calling
and the tip of it wasn't terribly sharp.
No, it's blunt as hell.
Like a 2-inch blunt end.
Yeah, exactly. Without some good force. And Angel says, let's play just the tip, Kate. No, not like that. Oh, God.
Well, they did both have some penetration, just not in the way we were expecting.
You serious?
So apparently this whole scene here where Cordy says, "I got another vision, and the vision is for you," and it's because they know that you're Angel and you're here to save people and you're not Angelus and you're not here to kill people. Get off your bullshit. Let's get back to work, blah, blah, blah. This was all supposed to be Doyle. Giving him this pep talk. So that's interesting. I wonder how that episode would have played out. I mean, I guess pretty much the same, but I think it's interesting. I also like, he's, yes, I've changed, but some people change back. And if I ever do, and she just heads him off the path, like, "Oh, I'll kill you dead." He's like, "All right."
Yeah, I love that. Yeah. I just love that.
Yeah.
Did anybody else notice the sloppy editing that they did right there where he says thanks and it sounds like it was dubbed over?
I think so. There's a whole bunch of ADR done with Kate's scene where she's briefing the cops, which, by the way, the early 2000s, the late 90s, man, they really had people believing everybody was going to be an FBI profiler. Oh, the killer is likely going, or no, they'd say something like the unsub would definitely be left-handed, and he'd be somebody who collected baseball cards for most of his life and only masturbated on days that end in Y, in his own feces, with guns and ammo magazines. It's like, dude, you don't fucking know any of this shit.
I was sat there wondering, like, I don't exactly watch loads of crime shows or anything, but I was sat there wondering, how do you know all of this about a person you
watch enough,
never met?
Well, if you get a chance to go to prison, you'll get to watch plenty because that's all they fucking show is fucking cop shows in fucking prison for some fucking reason that I don't understand. That and The
They'll
View.
rub it in.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, that's
basically.
what it is now. They're just rubbing it in. It's like, yeah, these are the people that put you away. Enjoy your time.
Yeah. But yeah, so I like this episode. It lives very, very well in my mind. I definitely love all of the Wesley scenes. I do wonder a little bit the alternate universe or plot where this was Doyle in this episode. I think that's interesting. But you know, I could headcanon either way. Jeremy Renner, for a long time, this is what I knew Jeremy Renner from. So when he would pop up and stuff like SWAT and a few other things, I'd be like, hey, it's the dude from Angel, and then, of course, now he's mayor of Kingstown. So, make of that what you will. And just gives you it kind of is a middle finger to Keanu Reeves. Cause it's like, dude, because Jeremy Renner started off in like, I think he was in one of the American Pie sequels. I think or one of the American Pie like offshoots, like straight to DVD movies, and he was basically a young Keanu Reeves type, and then he's progressed into a fucking phenomenal actor and been in some of the best things I've ever seen.
Yeah, the 2010s really was the decade for Jeremy Renner. I mean, that really started boosting his fucking career. He really started to get a good career boost out of the stuff.
I think he's doing great now as far as that goes.
Yeah, he's doing even better with even after the fucking accident, he's killing it.
Yeah, but why do other actors like stay in that rut where they just don't seem to ever have learned how to act? Because I mean, to be fair, his acting in this is not great. The couple scenes where he's good, I'm almost positive he imposed. The couple scenes where
there's only really a couple of times where Keanu Reeves was really fucking good as an actor, and that was
very rare.
And Gift and The Scanner Darkly, and those were his best performances.
Yeah,
and Scanner Darkly was the best. Yeah, the best performances ever.
But anyway, we're not going to do. What's that?
No, go ahead. No, I'm just saying he was talking Scanner Darkly. So that's one of the Philip K. Dick adaptations I actually like.
Yeah. Well, without going off on a tangent, obviously my favorite line is the, okay, now I'm good. You don't drink, so no one else gets to, and that I like that whole little scene there. Obviously not going to play the whole thing because I don't want to tempt the copyright gods, but this is a great episode. I'm very happy with it, and that's my pick for quote. Critter, what do you got?
My favorite quote was the Cordelia when what's his name, Wesley hands her the newspaper clipping. Oh my God, you cut up Dr. Folger's newspaper. You're going to get us kicked out of the building. It's like, oh, that's why she's upset. I love this episode. I mean, yeah, there's some flaws in it, especially with the detective putting that beam through two human beings. But I thought there was like tons of really check boxes of a vampire movie. You got the history, the flashbacks, the pushing, the evolution of the relationship between the police officer and her discovering he is a vampire. Granted, it's a TV show going in a different direction, but I thought all these elements in this particular episode would have made a really cool cop vampire movie thing, or a 2-hour two-parter episode. I think there was enough stuff in it to stretch it out. So I really enjoyed it. And I especially liked when Angel grabs the detective's cross and has his hand burning. I just thought that was kind of a little cool moment.
All right. Fair enough. Northern?
I do like this episode. It's a very good take on the whole hero has a connection to the whole serial killer thing, and it's got that very good noirish vibe as well, where you are wondering if it is Angel. Maybe there was a part of Angelus that's kind of creeping out of him without him realizing it, because once again it keeps the ambiguity going with the character, because he's still got Angelus in there somewhere. He's still got all of his everything that was horrible about Angelus is still in Angel, and he's still trying to atone for that. But once again, you got the good mystery, and Jeremy Renner showed just how much potential he really had as well. He could because I think he did National Lampoon movie in the 90s where and it kind of showed and it showed he could have a bit of range as well. And he is very creepy. He isn't trying so hard to be intimidating. He just is intimidating, and he's without being too stoic or over the top. And there was something else I was going to say, and I forgot about it. But I will get on straight to the quote now. It's got to be when he kidnaps Kate. No, actually, no. No, I will not do that. I will be like, Angel apologising what he turned into. And Penn's like, what? First class killer, an artist, a bold reinterpreter of the form. Is like, no, try a cheesy hack. Look at you. You've been getting back at your father for over 200 years. It's pathetic and cliched. You probably got a killer shrine on your wall, huh? News clippings, magazine articles, maybe a few candles. Oh, you're so prosaic.
Yeah. No, that's good. Damn, you got that word for word. Good for you. Mr. E, what do you got?
Oh, I enjoyed this, but I felt like Penn, Jeremy Renner's character was a wasted character with Critter. I think this could have been like at least 3-episode arc. And I mean, really brought Kate into the fold. I felt it was a little rush. I know, like you said, they're having to rewrite at the last minute. And I totally forgot that was Jeremy Renner. I totally forgot he was in there until I saw it. But yeah, I in a lot of ways, I really enjoyed this episode. Just wish they would have carried that character on. I feel like it's another wasted character. But favorite quote is just basically Cordelia and Angel when they're going back and forth between people change. Yeah, but sometimes they change back. And she goes, "Oh, I'll kill you." And he's like, "Thanks. What are friends for?"
Yeah.
Now that you mentioned that it was originally going to be Doyle, do you think that would have sounded a bit more, made more sense if Doyle was saying that and not Cordelia? Even though Cordelia is showing to be evolving a little bit more past her usual shallow self.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I don't know how it would have played out, but there's a part of me that wonders. But I'm happy with what we got. Toonie Boy, you want to bring in the final thoughts there?
Yeah. Like everyone else, I really enjoyed the episode. I'm looking forward to more of what we get with Cordelia and Wesley. Because you've teased me with Wesley's character arc. I don't really know what I'm getting myself into, but I know it's up there. But the favorite quote would probably have to be. I'm definitely not going to get the whole thing word for word, but it's when he's showing the newspaper to Cordelia. He's like caught a piece of the newspaper out and all that. And Cordelia looks at the page and she goes, "What? It's another dead body. It's hardly front page news." And he goes, "Well, actually, it is the front page."
Right.
All right, fantastic. So I'm gonna put this little thing up. Sorry, I got a text right as you were finishing. I apologize. I'm gonna put this little thingy up just because pro forma. Gonna do this. I know that a couple of our panelists have not seen the Whedonverse all the way through. So our closing outro today that I had specially, is not going to be our usual little quick clip Buffy thing. It's specifically for Angel. So will be spoilers if you now they'll be taken out of context, so you may not know exactly what you're watching, but it's basically another tribute to Wesley Wyndham-Pryce. So since he's been additioned to the cast, so if you don't want to see anything with that, even though you might not even understand it, I would suggest you check out now. So, but other than that, all great opinions. Thanks for joining us for this Double Angel episode. We'll be back on the regular schedule next week for episode 12 of Buffy and 12 of Angel. So until next time, stay toxic.
You have a visitor.
I thought I was in isolation. They're all trying to bring us down. The perception is that we're weak. No. The perception is I'm weak.
Whose fault is that?
They're wrong. You do what you have to do to protect the people around you. To do what you know is right, regardless of the cost. I never really understood that. You're the guy that makes all the hard decisions, even if you have to make them alone.
The great Wesley Wyndham-Pryce.
You were always so good with your books. They look so easy.
Shining beacon of all that's good and pure.
Slow down, Xander. This isn't Wesley's fault. But he was right to blame you, Wesley.
Actually, it is. Faith was your responsibility.
It's not too late to let me help you.
I have a strategy. You're not in it.
I feel it's kind of my duty to tell you that if you'd been a better watcher, I might have been a more positive role model.
Wesley's a good man.
I don't know what kind of man I am.
Well, I do. You're a good man.
I realized there have been failures. On both sides.
I was trying to save her.
But you didn't.
You try not to get anybody killed. You wind up getting everybody killed.
He should have come to us.
But did you ever once consider there might be another way? Did you ever once consider talking to me about it?
He'll do the right thing. He always does.
No. You failed me enough for one lifetime.
She's dying.
I was dying. Throat cut, life pouring out of me. You know why I fought to live again? I wanted to live, to see my friends again, to explain to the people I loved and trusted my side of what happened.
His side? His side's kind of funny. He sacrificed everything he believed in to save that kid.
You have answers, human. You search now only for the question.
One person in all of human history deemed the greatest sinner. Who is it?
Judas Iscariot.
You betrayed Angel. You stole his son. He tried to kill you.
You took my son! You son of a bitch, you bastard!
Anyone ever call you a champion? Please. You have to trust me. I can't.
Damn it, you listen to me. You've sacrificed thousands of lives, your families, your friends.
First lesson a watcher learns is to separate truth from illusion. Because in the world of magics, it's the hardest thing to do.
Would you like me to lie to you now?
I'm not here for the council. Just tell me how I can help.
Flames wouldn't be eternal if they actually consumed anything.
It's a start.
Yes. Thank you, yes.
But it means something that you tried.